Hi friends, would you join me in some yoga? Grab what you need. If you have props, use them, and if you don't, that's okay too. Let's start standing today. We'll get right into it. So come into a comfortable, about hip width apart position, maybe a little bend in the knees. And just take a couple moments with eyes closed. Start to slow down your breath. And tune into what's here. Whatever physical sensation you notice. Your energetic level. Your mental, emotional state. Noticing and including it all as welcome. Letting this be the perfect place to start your practice from. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And let's start with a few ankle circles. So we'll take the right foot and just circle around the ball of the foot a few times one way, a few times the other way. Left foot, a couple times to the outside, a couple times to the inside. Try and keep your breath deep the whole time. Bring your feet together and then circle your knees around. A few times in one direction, a few times the other. Separate your feet again, a few big hip circles. Just waking up and welcoming sensation. Go both ways. And then take your right arm and circle it back. You can play around with speed and quality. And then forward. Left arm back. And forward. And then try taking both arms up and circling one arm forward and one arm backward. If you get lost, you can start at the top and try again. If you have it slow, you might speed it up and try it fast. And if you find this challenging, it is challenging. It's more for the brain than the body. And then release and take a swing side to side, letting your arms flop like rope hitting you. Okay, bring the hands into light fists and pat all the soft parts of your body. The insides and outsides of your legs. Just waking things up with touch. Gently on your belly and lower back, hips. Do both arms, all the soft parts, insides, outsides, shoulders, the other arm, all the parts. Gently on the chest, shoulders, neck, and then use your fingers to tap the face and head. And then shake it all out. Shake your hands and arms. Shake one leg at a time. Shake your butt and your whole body really fast. And then draw it all in and up. And let's step up to the front of the mat. We'll come into mountain pose. So feel the inner legs drawing up, the pelvic floor drawing up, the belly drawing up. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, part way up. Step the feet back, coming through high push-up. Feel the top of the head and the heels connected, belly lifting, and then shift forward to lower down, low push-up. Come into your back bend, cobra or up dog, as low or high as feels right. And back to down dog. Let's take a little movement as we get into down dog, pedaling out the feet. Shift the hips side to side, letting the heels swing to one side and the other. Last breath here. Coming from down dog, step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent right knee. Making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now knee to chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Grab your left wrist, take it across. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Hips sink low, heart lifts high. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. Let your head hang, let the neck release. Stretching that left leg as straight and long and high as you can. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Let's come into eagle arms, right elbow on top. Lift the heart, sink the hips, deep bend in that right leg. Shift your weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot, and then step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee. If you can hook your ankle around your calf, do so. If it doesn't reach, just hug it in close. Last breath here. Unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel free to grab a block for your bottom hand or bend your bottom leg or both. Expanding from the center outwards. Last breath here. Release and make your way back to down dog. You might take a handstand swing, you might take a vinyasa, you could just step back or move in any other way, feeling what you're doing. Slow down your breath in down dog, and then when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of the chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up, sink low. Grab your right wrist, take it across. Come over to the other side, grab your left wrist. Back to center, interlace fingers behind your back, other thumb on top this time, the way you don't normally cross. Release arms up, tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple blocks. Let your head hang, neck release. Stretch that right leg straighter, longer, higher without rolling open through the right hip. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Sink low. Let's take eagle arms, left elbow on top this time. A little pressure between the elbows, spreading the upper back. Sink hips, lift the chest. Shift weight forward, come onto the toes of that back foot, and then step into eagle, Garudasana. Knee on top of knee, hips low. Hook your ankle around your calf or hug it in close. Last breath here. Unwind, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Open up through the top arm, expanding from the center outwards. Last breath. Make your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. And take a good rest. Down dog, child's pose, sitting, any neutral shape, slowing down. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips go low, head reaches high, shoulders drop low, belly drawing in. Can work core strength here by just continuing to draw the belly in. Last breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. If you would like to get a crow pose in before moving on, you can set your hands shoulder width apart, knees to the upper arms, shift your weight forward, and maybe lift the feet up. If you don't want to do crow, you could take a squat or a forward fold or anything else. When you're ready to move on, make your way back to down dog. You might step or hop. Slowing down the breath, in down dog, right leg sweeps up when you're ready. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's take a twist here. Left elbow across to the outside of the right knee. Work the palms towards the center of the chest, opening through the top shoulder. And feel the connection between your head and your back heel, the whole body in a straight, long line. Last breath. Release hands to the floor. Let's drop the back knee. Feel free to pat it if you want. You could roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket under it. And if you have blocks, you may want to grab them. Inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back, hamstring stretch. Going in the direction of length, in the direction of folding. If you feel warm enough and you have the mobility, you could also go in the direction of splits, Hanumanasana. Listening to your body. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. So bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot, shift weight forward, lizard pose. You can come onto your elbows or stay on your hands. You might use blocks or just the floor. And if you'd like, you could add a quad stretch to this, bending the back leg and reaching back for it. If that does not work for your body, then of course don't do it and don't worry about it. Release and make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa. You could just step back. You could move in some other way. Just feel what you're doing. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Come into a twist here, right elbow across. Of course, there are many variations of each of these poses, so you can customize and work with your body. Exploring, experimenting, noticing what you're feeling. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Maybe grabbing blocks, inching the front foot forward, and then flexing toes back. If you don't have blocks, soup cans can work, books. Be creative with what you have around the house. If you did so on the other side, you might also go a little deeper towards splits, Hanumanasana. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot, shift weight forward, and adjust into your variation of lizard. So you might shift your weight a little one way or another, or If you added a quad stretch on the other side, you might add that again. Release and find your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, could wiggle around a little, integrating what you've just done. Let's come all the way through to sitting and back onto our backs. Bring your knees in, take a little circle or rock, and then set up for bridge. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Try and have your feet right under your knees. And then press your feet down to lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders underneath you. Spreading the lower back and upper back away from one another. Hips up and towards the knees, chest up and towards the chin. Take your arms out of your way, roll down and rest. You can stay resting or come up again, same thing, or any other back bend. Listening to your body. You can stay as long or short as you like. When you're done with this last one, take happy baby as a counter stretch, grabbing the soles of the feet, pressing the knees towards the floor. And then release. Drop your feet to the floor. Let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Reach your hands through. Grab the left leg and hug it in as close as you can. As you do this, see how much you're able to release. Can you drop your shoulders? Can you drop your chin so the back of the neck is long? Can the whole back side of the torso spread and let go towards the floor? Drop the left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up, flex and point the right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. And then release and switch. Left ankle crosses above the right knee. Reach your hands through, grab the right leg, and hug it in as close as you can. As you go to your edge, check for reactivity. Is there anything gripping? Is there any tension you might soften? Let's release, right foot to the floor, left leg up, flex and point. Circle. And then check in with your body. What's needed to wrap up this practice? Is there any last pose or stretch or anything you want to do before you come into Shavasana? You might finish with an inversion, a spinal twist. You might shut off the video and just keep going on your own. Take the time you need, and when you're ready, get as comfortable as you can for your final resting pose. If there's props or clothing or ways you could get even more cozy, it's worth it. Take good care of yourself. And then let go back into the floor. Letting go of any control of your breath. And just totally releasing back. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles. And then stretch long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Taking a moment to cultivate some gratitude for your practice, for the support that you receive. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. Enjoy.